What is up YouTube, it's your boy SmackNPie here. One last bonus video. These are some of the things that I missed, couldn't cover them, so we're gonna cover them right now. So without wasting my time, let's jump into it. So you can already tell this is mostly going to be a Monsters Immortal / Super Dark Deception news updates. Starting with the upcoming two DLCs, Cory Extension DLC and the Coma DLC. Both of them got official Steam pages. And before we get to the Coma, I want to talk about the Cory Extension DLC. Even though it had been confirmed, it had been confirmed that Cory Extension will be the last YouTuber creator to be coming to Monsters Immortals. Weirdly, it's still called US creators on Steam page. I know it's not that big a deal, but still it bummed me a little bit. It still says on Steam page that he's the first of many US creators to come, so let that sink in or not. We've only seen 2 skins, but here it says there are 3 skins in total, so that's gonna be Litty as a Bechi. We'll see what happens. Then the Coma 2 DLC page is officially up, so that's a good thing. As you all know, that both Coma DLC and the Cory Extension DLC are due to drop next. We don't know if they're gonna be like packaged or something and whatnot. I think it all comes down to Cory himself. That is something that Vince had talked about in the past. He said it will be up to Cory, you know. It was a while ago that DLC, the character is kind of sort of ready to go, but it's up to Cory whenever, you know, he feels like it's the right time to release. But at the moment, it's up to Cory to, first of all, come back and then decide when he would want to play his own character. So then I've talked about this in the last video as well, but it was confirmed that Monsters Immortals, the multiplayer game, is officially coming to consoles. Yes, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X. Not, unfortunately, Nintendo Switch. We will take it. It is currently planned to drop in July and August. That could change. Anything could happen at the moment, but it'll be a good thing. It'll be a good thing means more players. There's a solid multiplayer base on PlayStation specifically, so that'd be a good thing. Even more loyal and passionate fans over at Xbox. So more players means hey, listen, as long as we get 100 concurrent players consistently, I think I would be more inclined to play the game more. Speaking of which, you guys been wondering, Smack, okay, there aren't many players playing this, but how many the game has sold? Well, surprisingly, it has sold 116,000 on Steam alone. Okay, so if it has sold over 100,000, my question is, where are the players? You're telling me that on 116,000 Steam accounts, this game is just sitting collecting dust? Huh? Monsters Immortals tweeted the strange tweet, said S-rank goal, getting Monsters Immortals Resident Evil DLC by the end of 2025. In my Q&A recap video, I mentioned fair and straight that a Resident Evil DLC is something that Vince wants. He can convince Capcom, but only if the game is popular, Monsters Immortals. Basically, there needs to be more players, there needs to be a bigger audience, a consistent concurrent player count, for Vince to go and convince Capcom that, hey, look at us, we are a decent bunch, we got good stuff, how about Resident Evil collaboration? Capcom is really open to these kind of things, so I think that's why the console move works. Because the game is now going to the consoles, we'll get a formidable community. Hopefully it works, there doesn't break on launch. And if that works, then we'll have a stability in our player count. And only then, through then, we would get that Resident Evil. And you know we want the Resident Evil 4 DLC. I don't care about any other character. I just want freaking Leon. I want Ada. And I want, of course, Ashley. And also you can be Nemesis. I do not care. It could be anybody. Okay, so that was from the previous one that I forgot. There's another good news for Monsters Immortals fans, and that is the offline mode. One of the main issues that we have is when a DLC drops, it is almost impossible to find a lobby where you can just test out new characters, where you can just test out new map and whatnot. It's over, ladies and gentlemen, because an offline mode is coming. Offline mode was promised from the first day the game had dropped, and well, here we are, years later, and it is coming soon, which is a good thing because we struggle to find lobbies anyway, and then we just want to play the character, see if it's, actually good enough before testing him in the public lobbies, and then it takes you forever to find a new lobby next time. So this will help in, keeping the retention and increasing the player count and player hours like I just mentioned in my last video, that I have more hours in Cyberpunk one playthrough than my entirety of Monsters and Mortals. Let that sink in, bro. So good news all around for Monsters and Mortals. It's a little too late for me personally speaking, but hey, we will take it. I will be here. I'm a loyal person. I will be here every single DLC. I will be here every major update for this game. Let's move on. And the final one that I want to talk about is Super Dark Deception. This is something that I didn't mention, and it is very important. Okay, so at the moment, right, what do we have with Super Dark Deception? We only have demos. Yes, only demos. You guys don't expect we already have chapter 1. What are you talking about? Yeah, sure, but it counts as demo because Vince has changed the structure of Super Dark Deception. Instead of 5 chapters, Super Dark Deception has been divided into 3 chapters. That means at the moment on consoles that we only have a demo. Okay, let's break those 3 chapters down. The first chapter includes Monkey Business, Elementary Evil, which is Agathos level, Deadly Decadence, which is Gold Watchers, and Stranger Sewers. That means we will have both Deadly Decadence and Stranger Sewers to play, and that will be the first chapter. Then when chapter 2 gets released, and when the chapter 2 drops, we will have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 levels, which are Crazy Carnival from chapter 3, then Torment Therapy, Mascot Mayhem, and Barely Buried, all 4 chapter levels combined with Crazy Carnival. 4 levels in chapter 2. 4 levels in each, which means chapter 3 of Super Dark Deception will include Holiday Horror, Prison Panic, and the 2 extra levels. One is a Malik and whatnot. So yeah, let me recap. Chapter 1, Monkey Business, Elementary Evil, Deadly Decadence, Stranger Sewers. This is the one that's coming later this month. Crazy Carnival will not drop, most likely, later this month. Then when chapter 2 drops, that'll be when we'll get Crazy Carnival, Torment Therapy, Mascot Mayhem, and Barely Buried, so a lot more content. And then after chapter 5 had officially dropped on PC, then we will get chapter 3 and the final chapter of Super Dark Deception, which would include all of the chapter 5 levels. I hope that wasn't confusing. It really isn't. If it is, I'll help you out down in the comments below. And finally, just a reminder, because I've already talked about this, that Chapter 5 teasers will drop alongside the release of Super Dark Deception later this month. So later this month, which will be Ramadan for me. Yeah, by the way, Ramadan will be starting soon. I think it is tonight. If it is, mabruk, mabruk. If you do observe, if you are a Muslim. If you're not, well, you should look into it. It's litty. But yeah. We will be busy a little bit in this month, as always, but I will be pumping out those videos because it has been my schedule in every Ramadan, every year. Yeah, Chapter 5 teasers to drop with Super Dark Deception launch later this month. Make sure you guys are susu, make sure you guys are ready. 100k, let's go boy. I'll see you in the next one.